26, Romeo 26. This is Crashman, you copy. Romeo 26, Romeo 26. This is Crashman, you copy. Romeo 26, Romeo 26. Meet me at Alpha Camp.
Good afternoon, family and friends, brothers and sisters, and all my subs. It's been a week. My wife had surgery on Wednesday. Been taking care of her. I haven't been able to get out to do anything, much less to go out into the field. I did have an appointment today to work on raised beds for our VA coalition. It's a veteran suicide prevention coalition for my county, and got the guys started, and I just couldn't leave because we didn't get a whole lot of help. There was only 3 of us, so we got 2 sections done. 2 out of 5 on that side, and then we're gonna do 2 more or 3 more. But it was good. There's a big bonding experience for me and one of the guys. He's a Navy vet. He wants to do what I can do, which is awesome. So last week I was talking about the different gospels and what are the signs of the times. So I'm going to continue that today. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm right in the middle of mowing. So I am going to show you some plants that are considered weeds, and but they're medicinal. That some of them have vitamins, some of them will help with bee stings. So we're going to go look at that later. There's not going to be a lot of audio because my neighbor sold her property, and it was probably about a 2-acre, 4-acre, between 2 and 4 acre horse farm, and a guy that owns a car carrier business moved in, and there has been skid loaders all night long, all week long, all day long. It's just, they do cut it off at 10 o'clock, which is quiet hours, I would believe. I don't know the law for sure, but he's a nice guy. He's got a Russian name, which may be a little concerning, but he is a nice guy. So I'm not going to judge him, but he actually looks like he's Latino. But hey, you can't you can't blame who names yourself. But anyway, I don't see any caution, any signs for caution yet, so I'm just going to go with it. Anyway, I want to continue with the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. So I don't judge anybody, just because the way they look, the way they act. Don't judge them. Accept people the way they are. Anywho, so Matthew 24, 7 through 8. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. In various places there will be famines, earthquakes, but all these things are merely the beginning of birth pangs. Have we seen wars and rumors of wars and famines and earthquakes? Yes, we have. So Mark 13:8 says, for nations will rise against nations, and kingdom against kingdoms. There will be earthquakes in various places, and there will be famines. These things are merely the beginning of birth pangs. And it is Pangs. I'm not saying pain's wrong. Luke was a little different. When you hear of these wars and disturbances, do not be terrified, for these things must take place, but the end does not follow immediately. So it's not the end of the world. Then he continued by saying, nations will rise against nations and kingdoms against kingdoms, and there will be great earthquakes in various places, plagues and famines, and there will be terrors and great signs from heaven. So that's what us Christians are looking for. We're looking for the signs of heavens, from the heavens. And you know, a lot of people were talking about, oh, you know, the sun got covered by the moon, so this is, you know, the start of the end. No, not at all. So all I'm telling you now is just to trust the Lord, and just be obedient to God. Read the word and do what it says. It's very, very simple. I live by two simple verses. One is the armor of God. Okay? Be strong, courageous, and put on the armor of God, which is the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, the belt of truth, the sandals of the gospel, the shield of faith, and the sword, which is the word, the Bible. And the other one is Galatians 5:20, 21, 22. You know, love, joy, peace, patience. This week I've had to have a lot of patience. Goodness, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. I've had to have that too. Those are the two main things I pray every day, along with God guiding my steps and control my tongue, because a bad tongue is a bad tongue. It's a double-edged sword. There's also James 1:9, I think, or 1:19. Be slow to speak, slow to anger, and quick to listen. And that's what I do with veterans. And that's what I did today. I hung out with some veterans and we built some boxes for our greenhouse, some raised beds for our greenhouse, because the plants are flowering and they're starting to get too big. So next step is to put them into pots, and then we're going to put them in the ground. But I've got to get a layer of manure in there, and then I've got to get soil somewhere. So I got to figure that one out, but that's, you know, not today. So today I was going to go out before I mow the main part, the 2-acre part, and I mow this with a hand mower. It's self-propelled, but I mow it that way so I can look for medicinal plants. Plus, it's leg day, and the real reason is my riding lawnmower is broke. So I've been trying to fix it. I just, you know, I had to get a new carb, and that's not set up right, and it doesn't run. You know, I've got compression and everything, so I know it's within the carb. It's just a matter of fixing it. So let's move this. I may just play music during this and put up subtitles, what everything's for, because there's a lot of traffic, and like I said, I got a skid loader out there making a lot of noise. So without further ado, let's go hit my yard. So excuse my tire, I'm in mowing gear. This right here, there's actually a trifecta here. See if you guys can see it. This right here is wild garlic. Stick that away. So that medicinally, I can't remember. These are all regular plants. This right here, wild violet. So these should be growing in your yard right now. And the name of this plant here escapes me. Oh, got the flower. That's a wild violet flower. This is all over the place too. Now it's either red or purple, you know, but I'll put the name up there over this video, but I can't remember what this is called. So all of those three you can eat. And over here, hopefully we can see. Let me move the camera real quick. See that yellow flower there? This yellow flower is wild strawberries. So that yellow flower will turn into a strawberry. You can also eat that. So we have a couple of things right here. This right here, and you'll be able to identify this. It'll have like stalks that grow straight up. But this is plantain. This has happened to be ribbed plantain. There's broadleaf and there's narrow leaf. And then of course, you know, you've got your dandelions. Okay. So why the leaves are yellow, you should pick some. I did the other day and I made an awesome tea with it. And then you can also pick the leaves and make a tea out of that. All summer long, that's what I make. I put that, it adds a lot of extra vitamins in my tea. Let's see if we can find the common mallow and the yellow wood sorrel. So I'll put it in the description box what each of the plants will do, whether they're medicinal or for vitamins, what vitamins they are. But you could look this up on the internet. Behind me, I finally find tiger stripe pants. You know, I've been wearing Mopar or whatever the Marines call it, and you know, I've got some comments about it. It says, oh, you know, you shouldn't wear that if you weren't a Marine. It's like, it's a tribute to you. You know, I worked with you guys. I had joint force operations with Marines. They don't really like that anyway, so, or either. But I found some tiger stripe. Awesome. So it's better than what I did find, which is basically Ukrainian Russian uniforms. But I found them cheap, you know, 20 bucks a set. The reason they're hanging up in here is I sprayed them with perinthium, and that stuff will get rid of ticks and everything when I'm out in the field. So I'm going to end this. I got to cut it short. I got to mow. I got to go check on my wife. So train. Stock up on food, water, gas, ammo. Ammo, I heard, is really cheap right now because everybody's stocked up and nobody's buying it. Like I said last week, I got a box of 5.56 full metal jackets for 11 bucks, 12 bucks. So stock up. Also make sure that you have some kind of solar backup, and test your generators. You should be testing them monthly. You never know when the power is going to go out, and you never know what's going to happen. Until Jesus comes home, or comes to get us and we're going home, you know, you gotta protect you and your family. Keep proficient in firing your weapons. Don't let it go for more than, I would say, a month without firing your weapon. Just so you remember, you know, on your 9mm to keep your thumbs down so you don't break a thumb. Just so you remember to, you know, how to hold your weapons and how to fire, and it also tests them. I'm going to be testing my 22 out on, well, I call him Mr. G. There's a groundhog underneath my shed destroying the foundation, so my shed will shift eventually, and that's not going to happen. So I've tried to talk to him. I've tried to be nice to him, but he still continues to tear things up. I got a big one going into my barn I saw the other day, but I couldn't get my rifle out in time. Anyway, God bless you. Take care. Train. And I'll catch you all on the flip side.